In this video we're going to show you how to fit a 12-speed ratio ratchet to your Sram 11-speed hydraulic brake lever. The video is divided into 7 steps and you can pause the video between steps to make sure you've caught up. It's important that you complete each step correctly and in the right order. Compatible shifters. To fit this upgrade you'll need a right-hand 11-speed Sram shifter from the Red, Force, Rival, Apex or S-series groups. In your ratio upgrade kit you'll find a 12-speed ratchet and an M2.5 screw. You'll also need a small Phillips screwdriver, a 5mm hex key and some grease. Step 1. Hood and clamp removal. This step is the same whether you have a new shifter or one that's already fitted to a bike. If your shifter is fitted to a bike, you'll need to remove the derailleur cable first. You can leave the hydraulic hose in place. Roll the hood back from the base of the shifter to reveal the clamp bolt. Completely unscrew this bolt using the 5mm hex, then either remove the clamp band from the shifter or remove the shifter from the bars. Slide the bolt out of the shifter and roll the hood back into place. Now unhook the hood from the top of the shifter and work around to the base until you can slide the hood off the shifter body. Step 2. Cover removal. Turn the shifter over and use the Phillips screwdriver to remove the 3 cover screws. Check that the screwdriver is the right size and that it's located properly to avoid damaging the screw heads. If you struggle to locate the screwdriver and the screws, it might be too big. Step 3. Axle removal. Use the Phillips screwdriver to unwind the axle retention screw around 3 turns, or until you can't see the end of the screw behind the axle. This will allow the axle to slide out. Next, shift the mechanism into the 7th gear as shown. Now thread the M2.5 screw into the axle by hand. Once you feel the screw stop, don't tighten it any further. Hold your thumb over the shifter mechanism and gently slide the axle out using the screw. Leave the screw in the axle. Remove the shift lever, then work the ratchet assembly free. Hold the assembly tightly as it may spring out. Step 4. Ratchet replacement. Slide the 11-speed ratchet out of the red plastic housing, then slide the 12-speed ratchet into its place. The teeth of the ratchet should be on the opposite sides to the 2 plastic bumps as shown. Next, use your finger or the hex key to lift the shifter pole and slip the ratchet behind, with the teeth facing downwards. Manually rotate the ratchet upwards until it's back in the 7th gear. Check that the end of the ratchet spring is sitting in the groove in the housing. Step 5. Axle replacement. Ensure the M2.5 screw is still in the axle. If the axle is fitted backwards without the screw, you will not be able to remove it. Holding the screw, push the axle through the hole in the shifter body. You may need to move the ratchet, then slide the axle through until it's flush with the end of the assembly. Push the top of the shift lever into the shifter. Check that the end of the lever spring is aligned with the groove. Now slide the axle all the way through. It should locate with a thump. You can now remove the screw. Use the Phillips screwdriver to wind the axle retention screw back in. Check that you can see the end of the screw behind the axle and that the screw head is flush. If you can't, you haven't pushed the axle far enough through and it could fall out. Step 6. Cover replacement. First, apply a light coating of grease to the ratchet and then slot the cover into place. Replace the 3 cover screws and use the screwdriver to gently nip them up. Take care when fitting the top screw that it's not perpendicular to the shifter. Step 7. Hood and clamp replacement. Fold the hood back on itself, then slide it onto the back of the shifter. Work the top and bottom of the hood fully onto the shifter, then hook the top of the hood over the slot. Check that the square washer is fitted to the clamp bolt and that the bent edge is at the bottom, facing towards you. Slide the bolt into the shifter, then use the 5mm hex to screw the bolt into the band, which may still be on your handlebars. connect your upgraded shifter to your modified Eagle derailleur and your new mechanical 12-speed drivetrain is ready to ride.